when I went to Burrito Border today. So it was great. But let's get away from that and hop into what we want to talk about today, which is Pantheon Steph in the Warriors championship window. I want to start off by saying this. Stephen Curry, man, he has two threes a game that are just fuck you threes. It's in the fourth quarter or third quarter. You don't know when it comes. And the game's like 5 point lead, 7 point lead, 9 point lead. The crowd's into it. One stop, one score. It's a one possession game. And what does Steph do? There's two versions of a Steph fuck you three. Here's the first version. The first version is a fuck you three at home. What does that mean? That means you're in Chase Center. He hits a 35-footer. He's halfway down the court by the time the ball even goes in. And now the crowd's erupting. The crowd's the sixth man. And it giga drains for all my Pokemon guys out there. You say giga drain everybody else or the opposing team's energy and add some to the Warriors. That's number one. Number two is a fuck you three on the road, which is what he did in Boston when he got the pass from Draymond, didn't take a dribble, pulled up from 30, netted it. What does it do? Players for the opposing bench, the opposing team hang their heads. The crowd is quiet, and the Warriors bench is jumping up and down. Cam, talk to me about those Steph fuck you threes and what you saw from him from this series, man, because this was the crowning achievement of his career so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it right on the head. I personally prefer the away arena fuck you three because I feel personally it just absolutely drains the energy out of the arena. Because you'll get a few stops. The Warriors will the Warriors say the Warriors are up six. You like they'll get a stop or two. The Boston or whoever they're playing. I mean, because he does this with every team. It's not just Boston. Boston will get a quick layup, a nice easy Marcus Smart or a Big Al with a nice putback dunk, whatever it is. And you're like, oh, it's a 2-point game again, blah, blah, blah. Boston fans are all on their feet. You can hear the energy pick up in the arena in one motion. Steph Curry, 35-footer, doesn't even touch the rim. Straight net and all the energy right out of the arena. There's not a whole lot of players that we've seen, obviously there's a ton of feared players, I think, in NBA history, obviously, like Shaq in the paint, LeBron coming down the lane, but no, I don't think anybody really, really does it the way Steph does, because he may not be the biggest guy on the court, but you are scared of that man every single time he crosses that half court line. You got to pick him up right then and there, or the 35-footer is going right in your face. This championship, as you said it best, is really the crowning achievement for him. He's had to get that elusive finals MVP in his trophy case. I personally think he should have two right now for the back when Iguodala won it for locking up LeBron, in quotes, when LeBron was averaging 35, 12, and 8. I'm not sure how you get the finals MVP for locking down LeBron that series, but either way, he got the parade. Shout out to Steph. Plus the necklace he wore at the parade. If you haven't seen a picture of that, look it up. That was hard.
Yeah, the Bucks started that. They may not have started it, but they also did that. Where you can kind of have a necklace and then put the ring on the necklace, which is dope. But going off what you said, man, is Tim Duncan a better all-time player than Stephen Curry? Yes. But when Tim Duncan has the ball, does it strike the same fear as it does when Steph Curry is 30 feet out from the basket? No, it does not. So let's talk about how Steph actually ranked in all-time performances for this finals. True shooting percentage is the highest. Well, yeah, I wanted to look up this stat to see who had the highest true shooting percentage from high volume guards with a minimum of 100 field goal attempts, which means if you're a high volume guard in the NBA finals and you have the ball a lot, you're shooting the ball a lot, only 43 players qualified. I want to see who had the highest true shooting percentage. Well, guess who did? Steph in the 2022 NBA finals comes in at number one at 62.6%. Not only is he number one, he's also number one, number six, number nine, and number 10. He has four of the top 10 spots. Some of the other players in this top 10, Chris Paul, last year, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Magic Johnson, Reggie Miller. And Steph's in that conversation 4 different times, man. What does this mean for the rest of the league? This means that the Warriors are back. They sent a message to the rest of the stars in the NBA. They have a perfect amount of arrogance where it's a little bit annoying, but you can't say anything because they deserved every single bit of it. They're telling Tatum, they're telling Jokic, they're telling Luka, they're telling Ja, Phoenix, you know what? You guys can go and win your little 60 games. That's cool. Denver, you can have your little regular season MVP. That's fine. No worries. Memphis, you can have the high flying, fast paced national TV dream of a team to watch on a regular Thursday night. But let me tell you, if you want to get that Larry OB, you got to go through us. So, Cam, talk to me about the Warriors' future, how they can also try to stay in the now, win a championship now, but at the same time, also leverage their assets to keep winning as time goes on.
Yeah, I think for sure this championship run means the most for the Warriors overall in their dynasty. I mean, the say what you want about the KD years, but I mean they were dominant back then. They were the Splash Brothers era before when we really started to see what that looked like was obviously fun to watch too. But I mean, we already gave Steph his props. I think specifically you got to give Clay his credit. He may not have had the best finals appearance, the best final stats. I mean that he's ever had, but you can just see the energy that Klay Thompson brings to that team and his teammates. And to sit out 2 years and first of all, watch your team lose in the finals to Toronto, and then to completely be on the sidelines, have the worst record in the NBA, and still make it back to the Pantheon and be able to be crowned a champion once again. I don't think anybody had more fun at the parade yesterday than Klay Thompson. I mean, chugging the Hennessy on top of the float. I mean, if you haven't seen the video of him absolutely plowing some poor girl like drunk as fuck, please go watch that as well. I mean, that's always fun to watch. I mean, Dre, you already touched on it a little bit too, but the ability of Draymond to just absolutely being relentless on Twitter, coming at these Boston fans, especially one of my favorite ones was the T-shirt he was wearing. Boston
All
was
about 18, all
all
about
about
18.
18, and he drew on there and wrote ha 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 Warriors. It looks like the Joker font, like in from when he would do like graffiti and stuff like that. This championship means everything, and I mean especially like you got to show those young guys. I mean, we already see John Morant and Draymond going at it on Twitter against each other, and like Jaws calling people kid too out there. Jaws hasn't done anything. I mean, rookie of the year is great, but like this isn't like this that doesn't mean anything to people who have 4 championships.